everyone, good morning. With me, Lafira Ramadia. Today, I would like to present about this unit, Esp And Speaking, according to Christine B. Fick. As you can see, in this unit, there are five contents. The first one contents is corpora. The second one is English for academic purpose speaking. The third one is ESP speaking beyond academia. Next contents is changing perspective within ESP speaking, and the last contents is conference forum. I will tell you one by one of each contents. Start from corpora. Corpora is a plural of corpus. A corpus is defined as a collection of texts of compiled according to a set criteria. Corpora perform two roles. The first one, direct role as pedagogy tool used by students for language learning in classroom. An indirect role is to provide the data and research knowledge upon which educational material are based. Both large and small corpora are important in ESP. A large ESP speaking corpora focus on academic speech setting, MICAS or Michigan Corpus of Academic Spoken English, BASE or British Academic Spoken English, ELFA or English as a lingual French in academic setting. Other speech corpora include CSPA or Corpus of Spoken Professional American English contains transcript of press conferences and university faculty meetings. ELFA and Voice or Vienna Oxford International Corpus of English a corpora allow for comparison of ELF and English in Anglophone environment. These corpora show the differences with which speakers communicate in this context. Next, go to the second contents. It's about English for academic purpose speaking. English for academic purpose speaking include office hours, classroom talk, project groups, and group discussion, etc. Different issues exist in classes where English is used as ELF and ENL. One important aspect of spoken English in academic setting is oral presentation, which involve use of narrative style, effective image, and dynamic grammar. 3MT or 3 minutes thesis competition is required for convincing speaking style. As you can see in this slide, is about attention is given to academic teaching in English worldwide. English has become a primary education language French in non-Anglophone countries where content and language integrated learning or CLIL is becoming well established. Greater attention is given to International Teaching Assistant or ITAS to demonstrate English proficiency and to assess language ability of professors despite of potential problems. Next, go to the third contents is about ESP speaking beyond academia. Research shows that some speakers face two ESP contexts, one academic and one professional. They spend time in both university courses and work setting. ESP is English for specific purpose, and, ESP speaking corporates are designed to cater needs. For example, materials for driving school translator in Japan emphasize precision in imperative construction rather than longer but more polite requests, like turn right versus could you please turn right? And this slide still about ESP speaking beyond academia. Nonverbal communication skills are important. Silence may be important in addressing fluctuating levels of emotion in problematic interaction. With business communication, clear messages and avoiding face-threatening aids are important. Agents' language are characterized as addresses focused, polite, and elaborated is also important. Okay, next about the fourth contents is changing perspective within ESP speaking. According to Frank 2000, successful spoken communication should be born by all speakers of English, whether native or non-native. If we assume that no group has the linguistic upper hand, the native speaker also need language training to understand language differences. For example, aviation English or AE have six forms of an international language for communication between air traffic controller or ATC and pilots. AE has its own protocols, pronunciation and grammar. Language is scripted, example composed to be spoken. Non-essential talk is absent and discourse is completely task-oriented. And this slide, there are certain challenges in creating AE corpora. Like I already mentioned before, AE is aviation English. One challenge is gaining access to actual communication between ATC and pilots. For example, they studied AE at Ataturk International Airport, which needs permission of four administrative levels before gaining clearance to enter the control tower. Four administrative levels are administration, airport police, defense department, and government of airport. So communication takes place between ATCs and pilots from various L1s. And then another challenge is to deal with the deviation which are abundant in AE corpus of communication in US airports. 36% pilots fail to follow required script and lead to misunderstanding. For example, in AE, hold means stop, but colloquially can mean continue, as in hold your course. And this is the last content is about conference forum. Conferences have been the focus of research, much of which is summarized in the language of conferencing. Conferences are a forum for many speech events ranging from informational networking talk to the generic cluster of more formal presentation. Conference presentation or CP are essential. Conference paper and cluster poster were the focus of yearly work in ESP speaking. Conference presentation suggests that mode of expression is important for all ESP research. Many efforts have been made to compare speaking and writing differences and similarities to undermine whether ESP speech is more likely writing or conversation. Like speaking deviation, distraction are also relevant and may be more prominent for L2 speakers. So, AE or aviation English that certain level of language proficiency and speakers experience is necessary for both native as well as non-native speaker of English. Okay, well, that's all about this unit, ESP and speaking. I think enough. Thank for your attention. Good morning.